Padres-Cubs NL Wild Card Series Game 2, FAQ, Wednesday, 3 ET, ABC, Chicago. The season hangs in the balance for the Padres as they attempt to avoid elimination in the best-of-3 NL Wild Card Series, which will feature their matchup against the Cubs at Wrigley Field on Wednesday. The first pitch is scheduled for 2:08 p.m. CT, 12:08 p.m. PT. But after a 3-1 Cubs victory, https://www.mlb.com/gameday/Padres vs. Cubs 2025 final box on Tuesday, San Diego manager Mike Shildt didn't seem rattled by the series' precarious state. NL Wildcard Game 2, Wednesday, 3 p.m. ET, 2 p.m. CT, noon PT on ABC, https://www.mlb.com/postseason. We'll see where the game presents, Shildt said. Clearly, our club is no stranger to challenges. We're battle-tested. We'll answer the bell Wednesday, and we'll go from there. Get Cubs postseason tickets. https://web/cubs/tickets single game tickets/affiliate ID MLB.com article inline link CHC. Teams that won Game 1 at home have swept the series 7 times in total, with Game 1 winners winning 18 of 20 matchups. One exception? The 2020 Padres, who faced a tough challenge. Obviously, it just gets us one closer, Cubs shortstop Dansby Swanson said of the Game 1 win. But at the end of the day, we've got to be able to show up Wednesday with some intensity and be ready to compete again, because I know they will. Dansby rescues Cubs on D, denying same Padres hitter twice. MLB.com article inline link, Dansby Swanson defense lifts Cubs, NL Wild Card Series Game 1. When is the game, and how can I watch it? Game 2 will air at 2 p.m. CT, noon PT on ABC. The start time for a potential Game 3 on Thursday remains TBD. All series are available in the U.S. on MLB.tv. https://www.mlb.com/livestream games with authentication to a participating pay TV provider. Games also are available live internationally, although not in Canada. Sportsnet is MLB's exclusive English-language broadcaster in Canada for every postseason game, while TVA Sports will be covering the entire AL postseason and the World Series in French, and broadcaster RDS will cover the entire NL postseason in French. Who are the starting pitchers? Padres RHP Dylan Cease, https://www.mlb.com/65630, 812, 4.55 ERA. Cease struggled for much of the summer but was better down the stretch, posting a 3.12 ERA with 32 strikeouts in 5 September starts. A Cubs 2014 draft pick before he was dealt to the White Sox in July 2017 as a minor leaguer. Cease has also been excellent throughout his career at Wrigley Field, with a 2.50 ERA in 3 starts. That said, after Cease's struggles throughout the summer, it's possible the Padres would have a quick hook with the right-hander, given their loaded bullpen. Cubs, RHP Andrew Kittredge, https://www.mlb.com/player, 4.3, 3.40 ERA. Cubs manager Craig Counsell played it coy about his Game 2 starter, and now the reason has been revealed. He's planning on using the veteran Kittredge as an opener after the righty worked a clean 8th inning in Game 1. The Cubs acquired Kittredge at the trade deadline, and he has been a key piece to the bullpen, with a 3.32 ERA and 32 strikeouts against 3 walks in 21 2/3 innings since joining the club. In all likelihood, lefty Shota Imanaga, https://www.mlb.com, will be available for a bulk outing behind Kittredge. This way, Imanaga, who has struggled of late and has been homer-prone, would have less exposure to the top of San Diego's order. What might the starting lineups look like? Padres, 1. Fernando Tatis Jr., https://www.mlb.com/player, 65487. Luis Arraez, https www.mlb.com/650333. 1 base. 3. Manny Machado, https www.mlb.com/player59251. 3. Jackson Merrill, https www.mlb.com/player5934228. DH. 7. Gavin Sheets, https www.mlb.com/player65757. Left 8. Jake Cronenworth. Freddie Fermin, https www.mlb.com/66023. While Ramon Laureano, https www.mlb.com/6756, recovers from a fractured right index finger. The Padres have used Sheets as their regular left fielder, which skews the lineup a bit lefty-heavy, particularly toward the bottom, where they've lined up 3 straight lefty hitters from 6 through 8. It's worth wondering whether the Padres would perhaps move one of those lefties above Bogaerts into the number 5 spot to combat the Cubs' use of a righty opener. Cubs 1. Michael Busch, https www.mlb.com/68373. 1B. Nico Horner, https www.mlb.com/66353. 2B. Ian Happ, https 664023. Kyle Tucker, https 663656. DH. 5. Seiya Suzuki, https www.mlb.com/673548. RF. 16. Carson Kelly, https 608348. C. Pete Crow Armstrong, https www.mlb.com/player cf. 8. Dansby Swanson, https www.com/player6210. 9. Matt Shaw, https www.com/player80713. The Cubs will likely stick with a similar lineup to the one featured in the Game 1 win. It was also the way the order looked at the very end of the season, following Tucker's return. Suzuki and Kelly powered the offense, https www.mlb.com/Cubs/news/Kelly. Back-to-back homers, Cubs NL Wildcard Game 1. To the series opening win with back-to-back homers off righty Nick Pivetta in the 5th inning. How will the bullpens line up after the starter? Padres. Here's where things get interesting. Michael King, https www.mlb.com/65033, who wasn't included in the Wild Card Series rotation, is available in relief if Cease struggles early. Beyond King, the entire back end of the San Diego bullpen is well rested enough, with none of the relievers having worked multiple innings on Tuesday. As usual, Robert Suarez, https:/mblb.com player, would get the 9th, and Mason Miller, https:/mblb.com player 695243, will have the highest leverage spots outside the 9th, with Adrian Morejon, 670970, player, available to tackle the toughest lefties. Cubs. This would normally be Imanaga's scheduled start day, but using Kittredge as an opener points to having the lefty enter in relief. On the season, Imanaga allowed 31 homers in 144 2/3 innings, compared to 27 in 173 1/3 innings last season. In his final 6 turns this year, the lefty had a 5.97 ERA with 12 homers surrendered in 34 2/3 frames. If not Imanaga, righty Colin Rea, MBLB.com player 607067, could also be an option. Counsell used his main bullpen group, Daniel Palencia, https www.mlb.com/69437, Drew Pomeranz, https www.mlb.com/519141, Brad Keller, https www.mlb.com/64154, and Kittredge. They should all be at the ready for Game 2. Any injuries of note? Padres. Laureano remains sidelined with a finger fracture, which is costly for a Padres team that already skewed heavy on left-handed hitters. It's possible he'd return in a later round of the playoffs. Elias Diaz, meanwhile, could be back for the division series. if the Padres were to advance. But he's not on their wildcard series roster. https www.mlb.com/Padres 2025/NL wildcard series roster, leaving Luis Campusano and Martin Maldonado as their backups behind Fermin. Cubs. Tucker was the DH for Game 1, as he continues to build back to full speed when it comes to running. He missed 3+ weeks in September due to a left calf issue, but was cleared to return in time for the playoffs. It isn't clear yet when Tucker will return to the outfield. Righty Cade Horton, 15-day injured list, right rib fracture, is likely out for the playoffs' first 2 rounds. Who is hot and who is not? Padres. The Padres only had 4 hits in Game 1, but Bogaerts had 2 of them. Tatis and Arraez finished the regular season strong, but both went hitless in Game 1. In fact, the Padres trio at the top of the lineup, Tatis, Arraez, Machado, finished Tuesday's game a combined 0 for 11. Cubs. Suzuki ended the regular season with a homer in each of his last 4 games, belting 5 total in that span. He then launched a game-tying shot in Game 1 of this series. That made Suzuki the first player in MLB history to enter the postseason on a 4-game homer streak, to then hit another one in his first playoff game. After hitting .333 with an .842 OPS in September, Horner had 2 hits and a sacrifice fly in the Game 1 win. Crow Armstrong went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in Game 1. Anything else fans might want to know? The Padres and Cubs have split 6 postseason games all time, but the Padres have never won a game at Wrigley Field. All 3 of their victories came in 1984, when they rallied from an 0-2 deficit to win a best-of-5 NL Championship Series. Across their last 33 postseason innings, the Padres have scored just 1 run, dating back to the NLDS against the Dodgers last year. The Cubs are trying to clinch their first postseason series win at Wrigley Field since Kyle Hendricks outdueled Clayton Kershaw to beat the Dodgers in Game 6 of the 2016 NLCS. Both the 16 World Series win over Cleveland and the 17 NLDS win over the Nationals were on the road.